friends of Immanuel, we're back. So good to be with you today. First of all, I just wanted to reconnect with you in regard to the capital campaign that we started, I believe, close to a year ago, coming up soon. Due to the virus that has been haunting all of us for quite a while, we felt it necessary in March, I believe, or April, to pause our campaign. That people had so much that they were dealing with and just needed a break from the campaign. But a few months ago, we decided it was time we got back to work and got going on connecting with members at Immanuel and letting them know where things stand right now.
Right now we're sitting in the main area that serves our patrons. Things are a little different during COVID. We have a lot of safety precautions in place, but we're still able to serve our patrons very well in this space. Food that comes into the pantry is sorted by volunteers, and then it is taken into storage. We also have our bank of freezers and refrigerators here, all of them in one place. This is our storage area where we store food that has come in. From here, it goes onto our shelves in the main pantry area. Again, this space has allowed us to keep everything in one area instead of being spread out in 5 or 6 different rooms. Again, it makes it much easier to serve our patrons. It makes it much easier for the food pantry itself to determine how we're better able to serve our community.
We opened up in October of 2012 in a tiny, tiny space, especially looking back. But we got our feet wet, so to speak, in that space. We moved into a little bit of a larger space several years later, and this summer made this transition to this wonderful space that's been provided for us. As far as what we hand out, I checked this morning on the computer. In the last 18 months, we have handed out 2,500 rolls of toilet paper. That's always kind of astounding. 983 boxes of tissue, 600 laundry soaps, 846 all-purpose cleaners, so we're really keeping people clean. 900 bars of soap. There are almost 900 deodorant to men and women. So that's our purpose in helping people with their personal essential needs.
It's important for me that we have a space that is clean and inviting and safe for people in our congregation and our community to gather.
From food pantry space to a building that is pleasant to look at in the neighborhood, to this enlarged conference room, to the reason for having to do the project to begin with, to have a safe and healthy place for our kids and our guests to come.
It's also a place where our children are going to be learning about God and their faith, where they get to be with each other and make memories together, so that 20 years from now, Zachary will look back as he's probably graduating college and be able to say, that's the place. That's the place where I ran around with Amelia. That's the place where Mrs. Mack taught me about the 10 Commandments. That's the place where I put on my shepherd's costume for the Christmas play. It's a place where I helped, hopefully one day, to maybe serve food downstairs, hot meals to people in our community.
Well, we do have good news. We've had $800,000 committed to our campaign, and half of it's already been received. The building has turned out to be beautiful. It's done, we've moved back in, food pantry is up and running, personal essential pantry is up and running, hometown mission is up and running, and so we're very excited about that. And we've got a beautiful educational space once we can get the kids back here. So there's good news, but committee would like to see if we could get to $1 million in that. So we're going to be reaching out to everyone and just see if they can help us. We know everybody's situation is different, but every little bit helps.
Within this pandemic that we're all experiencing, this building is a bright star for us and something that Immanuel can really be so proud of.
These repairs had to happen, but now let's use this building for ministry.
If you haven't already, please consider helping us in the work of delivering Immanuel's promise to the people here today and for future generations.
That's what this capital campaign is for. It's for our kids. It's for us. It's for our community to gather together in a space to grow and share in God's love for one another.
It's going to take all of us to do this work together.